小狗。
Alright, y'all, welcome back to another video from Hair by Jaria. And in this video, I am going to be doing my client's 2-strand twist. And as you can see, we are pretty much halfway through. So when you guys are doing 2-strand twists, you want to detangle the hair. You want to wet it, at least get, a water bottle, a spray bottle with some water, bring the hair back to its natural state. I like to use some curling defining gel or some curl gel or curl activator, whatever works best for your client's particular hair. I also like to go in with a little leave-in conditioner after I spray it with some water, use the curling gel and then use some like argan oil mousse along with that, and then start my 2-strand twist. Taking 2 pieces, parting it into maybe like an inch of a square, an inch and a half of a square, and then taking the right piece and going over the left piece while also slightly twisting the hair to keep it tucked. This is what I call a protective style. This is a true protective style because it's you using the natural hair of your client to protect it from heat, from dry air, from high moisture area points, whatever you want to call it. But this is a 100% a protective style. When you are weaving hair, false hair, braiding hair or whatever into a hair, that is just a style. It's not necessarily a protective style. So any person who is a natural hair braider, who has a beautician license, a beauty license, braid license, they know the big difference between what is a protective style and what is just a regular braid style that you're providing a service for your client. But I love doing 2-strand twists. I think that they're really fun. You can style them any different way that you want to style them, and you can do whatever you want to them. You can add beads to the end of it. You can add hair jewelry. You could do braids into a 2-strand twist. You could do twists into a 2-strand twist. You could do little ponytails and do 2-strand twists at the end of it. So it's a very versatile style, just like braids. But this is what is really considered a protective style because you're protecting the natural hair from everyday uses, dirt, dandruff, sun, heat, rain, whatever. And I'm just really appreciative to have a client who trusts me with their hair, who has faith in me to do this style for her and her granddaughter, because she brings her granddaughter to me, and I will be posting a video about that as well. I also want to apologize to you guys because I know that you guys have been waiting over 8 days for a new video, and I'm so sorry. I did make sure I added some shorts for you guys to watch, to update, to like and comment and share, but I know content is like very important, and it's I need to get it out there. But your girl has been busy prepping for this wedding, prepping for all these different events that have been going on in my life. And to be all the way honest with you, I just want to be a little vulnerable. I fell into like a small depression because in the beginning of the month would have been 22 weeks. I would have been 22 weeks pregnant with my angel baby that I lost in February. And mentally and emotionally, I was really struggling with that thought process of the loss of not having that, of losing my baby. And I'm like watching so many different people who are like announcing their pregnancies and announcing their births, and they're planning to bring home their little bundle of joy. And it's not like a bitterness or anger anymore, but it is a very tender, very frustrating, very I don't really know how to describe it, but it's very hard to continue to move forward. And that's what people like really expect for you to do. People expect for you to put on a brave face and move forward and not really like acknowledge it. And this for me isn't something that I cannot acknowledge. It's not something that I cannot talk about. I have to be able to talk about it. I have to be able to vent and share with people. And I also want other people out here who have possibly or may possibly go through this situation to know that they're not alone. There are other people who have experienced this type of loss, and over time it will get a little bit easier. The pain doesn't fade, but if you have a really good support system and you have people who love you and care about you, it is something that you can definitely deal with. But I want to cut that short. I want to thank you guys for letting me vent for a little bit, but I want to get back to this hairstyle. So again, you guys are watching me do 2-strand twists on my client. My client has about shoulder length, a little bit, like probably like an inch or two shorter than her shoulder length hair. So she comes to me every couple weeks to get her 2-strand twist done. And I love doing this hairstyle, as I already repeated, because I love doing natural hairstyles. I love taking natural hair and just watching myself be able to come up with different ideas to style the natural hair and to see the natural curl in its natural form, even though I am manipulating it with product and water and leave-in conditioner and different things of that sort. But 2-strand twist is a very delicate, is a very personal style to me. It brings me back to my roots because I started off as a young girl doing my own hair at 10 and doing my friends' hair, my family's hair. And I was a community hairstylist, so I was always doing somebody's hair outside in a chair in the sun, just, you know, embracing who I was and who I wanted to be. And I just knew, like, I was like, oh, I'm going to have my own shop. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing that. Like, that was just, that was just my thought process, okay? But I do love doing hair. It's been a big part of my life for such a long time. And I am currently in the process of redesigning my home salon area to make it more efficient, to make it more beautiful, to give it a more comfortable feel, because I want my clients to come in. I want them to feel at home, but I also want them to feel like they have a private space to share, who they are, what they love, their journey, to vent, and explore who they are in the process of getting their hairstyle, because having your hairstyle is such a unique journey within itself for every person, for people who like color, people who don't like color. And I want my clients to feel comfortable when they come sit in my chair to share all of those things with me and to be vulnerable with me, because I want to also be vulnerable with my clients, okay? So just so you guys know, like, I definitely do not mind worshiping. I don't mind praying with you. I don't mind laughing with you. I don't mind crying with you. I do not mind hearing your stories. You are more than welcome to share every part of yourself with me, and grow with me, because we're all still growing. It doesn't matter what age that we are. We're still growing from age 10 to age 75, okay? But this 2-strand twist, Lord, I can't talk. But this 2-strand twist hairstyle it's not my top favorite, but it's like in my top 5, if that makes sense. Okay, so you guys are watching me just go through, add a little mousse, add a little product, and I'm twisting it all the way down, and I'm taking my finger and I'm wrapping that hair around my finger to secure it, to make sure that it's properly wrapped. I did do a how-to video or tutorial in my shorts, so if you guys need a video on the how to do 2-strand twists or how to prep for two-strand twists, that is a tongue twister, say that 20 times, okay? If you need a how-to tutorial, definitely head to my short video area, and you definitely will find that video there if you're learning to do 2-strand twists for the first time, or if you're just practicing 2-strand twists for the first time and you want to perfect your skill. I'm not saying I'm the best, but I do say that I have a great quality that people like, and that's a must. It's a must to make sure that you practice what you love. So if you made it this far in the video, I know that this is a pretty long video. You're just watching me retwist, but I really wanted to give you guys somewhat of a full video. This video is only 13 minutes long, so it's not as long as majority of my videos, but it's also not as short as majority of my videos. And in the future, a lot of my videos will be a lot shorter. I do have a video that's like an hour long, but I'm trying to shorten it up for you guys just because I know you guys have other things to do and you don't want to be sitting around for an hour watching a video. Like, if you have time, of course, and I will try to do, you know, longer videos, more detailed videos, but those will be more so like makeup videos or how to make up or different things or techniques that I use when I do my makeup, or more detailed videos of braids and two strands, not two strand twists, but stitch braids and knotless and kids braids and different things like that, just so you guys can feel like you have a place to learn, a place to grow, because I want to be a part of that growth process. I would love to hear somebody say in the future like, oh Joy, you know, you're the reason that, you know, I started doing hair because I started watching your videos and, you know, you really helped out. So one day I possibly will hear that, but until then I want to keep sharing these videos with you guys. In the next portion of my video, you guys will see the finished product of what her two-strand twists look like. Well, not the next video, but maybe like 2 videos after this. You guys will see the finished product of her two-strand twist. And I think that they came out really, really cute. I did give her like a slight side part because the first time that I did her two-strand twist, the front was kind of small, the back was like medium size, and she didn't really like the fact that the front was really, really small because it took her kind of long to take it out. So we adjusted that style for her just to make sure that it was something that she was more comfortable with. But again, you know, if you're a hairstylist, you know, you always want to try to do your best to make your clients happy and keep them satisfied. And I'll come back a little bit later in the video to talk to you guys. All right, and your girl is back. I just brought my client from up under the chair. I'm bringing her back in front of the client, and I really thought that I hit record, and I did hit record, but I hit unrecord. So this is literally the only piece of video that I have. So thank you guys for watching, and please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Mwah. See you guys later.